Coming up, we catch you up with everything you need to know about the upcoming Student Leadership Council elections. We will learn all about the SSC building's renovation plans that are ongoing, and it's tax season. Need help filing your taxes? We fill you in on the free tax preparation help provided at the college. All that and more coming up on this edition of Courier News Television. Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Bianna Yeager. You still have time to cast your vote in Student Leader Council elections. Online elections for the SLC ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. Everyone enrolled in classes this semester are able to vote for student trustee, student body president, and student body vice president, who take part in the college decision-making process and are called on by the administration to represent the students. Voting took place yesterday and will conclude tonight.
I think that there's power in voices, and in voices there's power in numbers. And involving yourself not only by voting and by using your student voice to be as input is going to be able to shape the college and to make it better.
Last week, voters had a chance to meet the candidates and learn about their positions at a candidate forum held in the Student Services Center. All 12 candidates shared their platform statements and took part in a question and answer session for over an hour. For more information about the candidates and elections, contact the Office of Student Life at 630-942-2243. Amidst bustling activity here on campus, the college's Student Service Center is undergoing a major renovation. CNTV reporter Will Kincaid is in the SSC building with all the latest construction updates. Will, what can you tell us?
Go. Hi, Bianna. Yes, the college is transforming one of its most used buildings, the Student Services Center. We talked to those on campus about what we can expect during the construction process. As construction begins, students and faculty around campus have shown nothing but positivity for the renovation, which aims to bring more variety for student activities and events.
I'm excited, especially for the finished product, because it's going to make, streamlining the enrollment of students a lot easier, as opposed to having to walk around, various buildings, various locations. Having a one-stop shop where somebody can accomplish, applications, advising, enrolling, it's going to make it a lot easier for our students. So
I'm certainly excited for the changes and the benefits that we'll all have when it's all finished.
The renovation will create a unified one-stop shop, which will help students with any service they need, as well as bring in a new multicultural center to better integrate student connections.
I'm curious to see what the finished results will be like, but I think it's cool just to see a change in the environment, what they're planning to do.
Yeah, I think just more usability for students, specifically the flow of the services that are provided to students.
I would just like to see it, flourish. I want to see students. That's it. I want to see students in one place. It gives a certain, vibe and a certain energy to it. So I'm really excited for that piece there. I know in my office right now we see a ton of new students that are interested in enrolling, but it's going to be a lot more livelier. And I guess my department feeds off that energy. We're very social people.
Most of the COD community that we talked to were excited about these updates. The renovations are expected to be completed by May of 2025. And reporting from the Student Services Center, I'm William Kincaid.
Thanks, Will, for the updates. And remember, for all the latest college news and events, check out the Courier newspaper at codcourier.org. Student Life is now looking to hire orientation leaders for new student orientation. Orientation leaders work at college events to help introduce prospective COD students to the campus and show them the opportunities available to them at COD. Applications can be found on the CHAP Life website and will require either one reference from a COD faculty member or 2 outside references. For more information, check out the Orientation Leader Program's website at cod.edu/OL. Monday, April 8th, is the last day for students to apply for graduation here at the College of DuPage. The 57th annual commencement ceremony will be held on Friday, May 17th at 7 p.m. in the Physical Education Center. Those who are eligible to graduate need to meet their degree requirements by the end of summer 2024 term. Caps and gowns and tassels will be sold in the bookstore. To apply for graduation or to get more information, go to COD's commencement webpage. The college is offering free assistance with electronic preparation of state and federal tax returns. The 2024 Tax Prep program is conducted by COD accounting students that have been certified by the Internal Revenue Service and are supervised by COD accounting faculty to help students, staff, and community members prepare federal and state income tax returns for 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023 tax years. The tax sessions are every Saturday by appointment until April 13th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Seton Computing Center. Participants must bring tax information, this year's return, and account numbers from the previous returns if participants would like direct deposit. For more information about the COD Tax Prep program, go to cod.edu/taxprep. You can also contact them by email at taxprep@cod.edu or call at 630-942-3450. The last day to file your federal and state tax returns this year is Monday, April 15th. The Illinois primary election is on March 19th. Do you know who you're voting for? Joining us now to get a better understanding of the issues is Bill Enright, Adjunct Professor of Political Science at the college. Welcome, Bill.
Thanks, Bianna.
So it seems that we already know who our presidential candidates are, but can you tell us about some of the other races we should be paying attention to?
Yeah, sure. And of course, we know that it's going to be Biden for the Democrats and Trump for the Republicans. But then you'll also see like that delegate list when you open up your ballot, so you'll be able to take a look and see who you want to choose for your delegates at that point too. As far as the other races going on, a couple that I thought were sort of interesting is in DuPage County wide is the Recorder of Deeds. And so we've got an incumbent who's facing two Democrats, but sort of interesting part about it is that Kathleen Courier, who's the incumbent, is facing Liz Chaplin, who's actually a DuPage County board member right now. And again, those are Democrats running against Democrats in the primary. And then also Pete DeCiani, who was a former DuPage County board member and also was a Republican last time we saw him. And so now he's running as a Democrat in the Recorder of Deeds. And of course, you wouldn't expect like a big race for Recorder of Deeds. It's just like it sounds. Mm-hmm. They record the deeds, so when somebody buys a house or sells a house, and that's recorded there. And so it's kind of an interesting race that's taking place in DuPage County, and you'll see the signs all over the place, and so that's a good race. And then the other one is in the 6th congressional race, where we've got Sean Casten with two primary people against him, and so that's going to be, of course, Sean Casten, pretty well known these days after holding the seat for a couple of terms already. And so I'd be surprised if he loses, but still we do have a primary race taking place there.
Sure. Well, it sounds pretty exciting, that's for sure. Now, can you discuss with us the District 87 bond issue that's on the ballot this go around?
Sure, yeah. The interesting thing about a bond issue is you're voting on whether or not you want to increase your taxes to basically pay for this bond that they're going to use to basically upgrade the schools in District 87. So that's like the Glenbard schools that they would be doing that with. And they actually already have $153 million sort of set aside from previous bonds and other revenue raised. And they're going to try to get another $187 million so they could upgrade all the schools for all sorts of different things, whether it's like more security or better labs. And so they're asking the taxpayers to decide whether or not they want to increase their taxes on their homes, because it's the property taxes that go towards that. And when they increase that, it looks like it's probably going to be about $200 for a house that would average maybe around $300,000. And so if you had a $600,000 house, then that's going to be $400 extra a year. And bond issues generally last about 20 years. And so you're basically saying whether or not you're willing to have your taxes increased for that purpose.
Okay, interesting. Now, as people head to cast their ballots, is there anything that they need to know prior to getting there?
Well, the one big thing to remember is when you're voting in the primary, you're choosing a Republican ballot or Democrat ballot. So you're not going to be able to vote for Trump and then also vote for Biden. You're going to have to choose which party you want to vote in. And then still, if you were doing the referendums, those will still show up on the ballot, but just keep that in mind. Choose a Republican or Democrat ballot.
Yeah, I think that's really important for people to know. Now, you have something very exciting coming up this summer. You have a class that you're going to be conducting. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we do. We've got a field studies class, and what we're planning on doing is taking a group of students to the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, and we're going to be reporting from the Republican National Convention. And so we're going to be doing it as part of the MPTV program, which we're doing right now, and then also as part of the political science program. So you'll be taking 2 different classes that would feed into that. And then we're going to take the group of students and hopefully have a chance to interview different delegates that will be there and other, top Republicans that will be showing up there. There's not that many from Illinois these days, and so we've got to search around for them. But otherwise, we'll find somebody interesting to interview and sort of report on what's happening at the convention.
That sounds really interesting. And now I know, so it's 2 different classes that if you sign up for the MPTV portion of it, you're going to also have to sign up for that political science class as well, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so you're doing 2 different classes, 3 credit hours for each one of those classes. And so it's all, sort of combined because you need to have an understanding of what's going on in political science so that you can have an understanding of what questions to ask. And then you also have to have an understanding of how TV works so you can report on it.
That all makes a lot of sense. And you get 6 credit hours out of it.
Yeah, right.
What a benefit, right? Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for joining us, Bill. Really appreciate your expertise. It seems like this election season's going to be an interesting one, and you've certainly given us some information to help us kind of differentiate between what we need to know. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And remember, you have less than 1 week until the Illinois primary elections, which will be held on Tuesday, March 19th. Illinoisans will be voting to determine the candidates for this November's elections. And remember to join us on Tuesday, March 19th at 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. for our special primary election coverage. We will have analysis, candidates' reaction, local, state, and national coverage. CNTV election coverage 2024 will be available at codcourier.org and on our YouTube and Facebook page at Courier TV. But if you can't wait until Tuesday to cast your vote, early voting is open with dozens of locations open until Election Day on March 18th. For more information about casting your ballot early in DuPage County, visit the County of DuPage's website to find out about the closest polling site to you. Similar websites are available for other local counties. And when we return, we will see if those warmer temps will stick around for this weekend. But first, here's a look at your COD calendar of events.
The college will be hosting a graduation exposition to provide graduating students with more information regarding next steps, whether you plan to transfer or seek employment, or walk-in commencement. The exposition will be on Wednesday, March 20th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the HSC atrium. Enjoy a free screening of the feminist landmark film Wanda, presented by COD's Film Studies program, with an introduction and post-film Q&A by film production faculty member John Rangel. The screening will be on Thursday, March 21st from 4:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. in the BIC 1437. And if you can't go on a vacation for spring break, remember there will be no classes starting Monday, March 25th through Sunday, March 31st. Hopefully you'll be able to find some rest and relaxation during your time off from school.
And here's a look at your Chaparral weekend forecast. Rain has moved out and we are looking at partly cloudy skies for your Friday. Highs will be in the mid-50s. On Saturday, you can expect a windy day and a high of 58. And your Sunday turns cooler with partly sunny skies and a high of 43. Looking to your week ahead, clouds and cooler temperatures will be sticking around for your Monday. But remember, spring break is almost here. For all your latest weather updates, check out the college's Next Generation Weather Lab at weather.cod.edu. The men's volleyball season is coming to a close. This past week, the team suffered a disappointing setback. CNTV sports reporter Billy O'Brien tells us how the team plans to bounce back stronger to finish up the season.
The College of DuPage Chaparral men's volleyball team just came off a tough loss against Trinity College. The Chaparrals are looking to finish the season on a very strong note and heading into the NJCAA postseason.
Our hitting was stellar. and our setting was very, very good too. Our team defense, we were getting in the line of the ball. We did a lot of things really well against a very good four-year program. If that team is, usually at the top of their conference where they compete at, they're very competitive, and we hung in there right there with them. And these are the kind of teams we want to be playing as we get closer to our national tournament. So.
I think we were calm. A lot of times we get in our heads, but this match we were just out there having fun. We didn't feel a lot of pressure on ourselves, and that's good. I think that's what really helped us to fight back in that third set and get that third set win.
Just every day, grinding away, getting our connections down, and detailing every bit of the ball.
It's super important for us just to focus on that. Not that we're not taking our other games seriously, but because we always take our game serious. But everything for us is just working up to that, getting better to that final match in April, final tournament on nationals to get that natty ring.
We've got a pretty good idea of how we want to play this out for the rest of the year. So, we're still working on what guys we're going to end up playing, a little bit here down the stretch, but I think we've got a pretty good idea, and I'm just going to kind of leave it at that.
With only one game left on the regular season against the JV Aurora Spartans, the Chaparrals look to enter the tournament on a winning note. For CNTV, I'm Billy O'Brien.
It's now time for a segment we call Chap Chat. We ask students, do you plan on voting in the primaries? Why or why not?
I do. I think that every vote is important, and that's why I'm voting.
Yeah, because I think it's important to vote, and if you don't vote, then someone you don't want is going to get into power. So.
Thank you for watching Courier News TV. We'll be back Tuesday, March 19th with live primary election coverage. For everyone here at Courier News TV, I'm Bianna Yeager. Have a great weekend.